Well, Keeney coming to you with our next project. It is the '08 Subaru Outback 3 liter. Complaint is AC don't work, and it has had the system topped off, but apparently there is no power getting to the compressor. That is about as much information I have on this as it were. I suppose we're gonna throw a scan tool on her, see if she's got codes, pull some wiring diagrams like normal, and get after it. I'm not super familiar with these systems, but I say we may have found something, maybe not, I don't know. We got the auto AC system down there. We got some code scans, a bunch of stuff that we don't really care about, and a bunch of no code stuff. But we do have this, number 14, air conditioning system. That says no response. I don't know if these have a standalone unit down there that seems to turn on but doesn't communicate. I don't really know how that works. But these are the rest of the modules, all no responses. Let's go in and see if we can't find something in the engine controller. Here's what I found so far. We got 4 AC signals, and I just brought in engine speed. Oh, that's weird. This AC lock signal was off before, and when I just turned the air on, AC switch and compressor signal went to on. Let me hit the auto button down here. So we can see switch went to on, compressor signal. Compressor signal's not switching now. Oh, that's weird. So I wonder if it's on purpose shutting this compressor off. Let's key off. Key on. Okay, that's what it looked like earlier. Now AC is off. Let's fire it up. She fired. Everything is off right now. I'm going to hit the auto button again. Switch went to on. Compressor signal went to on. Turn the blur down. Hopefully it doesn't blow up. There. So AC compressor signal went to off and lock signal went to on. I wonder what that is about. I'm going to get a graphical form of that, and I think we're going to be probing in, double checking on this compressor. I don't remember if this is a clutch and or wobble plate design, but we'll probably be busting the scope out in those next. I'm going to get a trace of this. Here's what we got so far. We got this AC lock sensor connector F115. We got magnetic clutch F24. I'll keep those in mind. And when we go to our diagram stuff, we've got a F115 and F24 pretty close together. And when we come over here to the AC clutch, we got 2 different connectors. We got this one going into what looks like the clutch, and then we got this one which goes down under yonder, which the light is not covering. There you can see it goes underneath the front end of this, into the body of the actual compressor. So two to deal with, and based on what I can see here, our AC lock sensor is a B, which is blue, and black, a black and a white. And that puts us down here. This one down there, we got a black and a white. It looks like this one I'm curious about. Whatever this AC lock sensor is, I'm not really familiar with that term, but we'll figure it out. We'll put scope wires and all this stuff and see what happens. Oh, I did forget one detail on this whole deal. Some of these issues started when they shredded a serpentine belt. They had a bad idler pulley and it threw the belt off. And when it threw the belt off, it impacted what I believe is the clutch connector, but it's been put back on, and you can see some wear marks on it. Let's look. Here you can see there's a little bit of wear mark on here from where the belt was rubbing on it, but it's on there pretty good. We'll definitely keep this in mind. We may have a bad connection here, but even though I'm curious about this, but either way, we're going to be in here somewhere. We'll figure it out. Here's what we got. Channel A is hooked into the power side of what should be the clutch, and then B and C are hooked into both sides of whatever that weird sensor doohickey dealy was. I'm gonna set this down. We got the same parameters there and scope over there. Let's reset this scope. I'm gonna go ahead and start it up. AC request switches on. Looks like, well, that was interesting. So the compressor signal, I'm in the way. Compressor signal stayed off. Let me key off. The key was on. Let me key off to try this again. We didn't have the same pattern, but I don't know if it's because I had left the key in on position. Let's fire it up. And then we got AC switch off. Did I turn it off? Ha! It is off. Alright, well, let's turn it on. Whoa! Okay, that's weird. The AC control unit won't turn on now. So I pushed the blower. I got nothing. Let's hit auto. I got no response from that dude now. Let's key it off. Well, that's unique. Holding this phone by my hand. That was kind of an odd behavior. I was not expecting that. Did we confuse something? Let's key on. Oh, and hit the horn. Start it. Oh, that's weird. I'm gonna let this thing sit with the key off for a while and see if I can wake it back up. That's odd. Alright, all that was really weird. The fuse blew, and I have no idea why. But it didn't blow again when I put a new one in there. So that's very odd. I don't know if we're onto something or not. Let's go back, find our live data, do this test again, clear all, grab our ACs, show. This is where we were last time. So when we start it, you can't see nothing. I don't know what to tell you. You're going to have to believe me. So AC switch is on, everything else is off. And let's see what happens when the compressor switches to on when we start it. Fire it up. AC still on inside. Ooh, that says on. That went high at the same time. We have no clutch action though. There it was. Okay. We might be getting somewhere. Let's stop this. I'll take a screenshot. Alright, if I saw this correct, channel A is the power to our clutch on the scope, and compressor signal went from off to on to off at the same time. That went high, so we're applying power to it, but that thing did not turn. It was staying still the whole time. That's interesting. We did not see any change on this lock thing though. It's possible I don't have a good back probe. We are back probed in there. Perhaps I don't have a back probe correctly, though I'm less concerned at the moment with these than if we had this go high to 12 volts, why didn't that clutch turn on? Perhaps we don't have a ground. Let's substitute. Try to be gentle with this. Somebody else has been here too. It looks like this, yeah, I get it off. It looks like the wire sheathing, there it goes, for this connector has been peeled back previously. Yeah, it's just a little chewed up from that belt. Let me grab a test lot to plug in there. Actually, one thing I should have done is just see if we have ground there. That should be a constant ground. Let me grab my other test lot. When I said test lot, I was going to substitute a load in it. Yeah, you can see. Go across, but yeah, we probably just do the same check, make sure we got actual ground. So when we touch, of course you can't see nothing. I don't know what to tell you. It's about as good as I got. So when we touch ground, we got a light. Can you see anything in here? Of course not. Let's move that out of the way. Now what can you see? Most of it. I'm glad you're not here for film quality. Alright, so power should be that one, so ground should be that one. So we do have ground there. I wonder if we have a bad pin fit. Why did that clutch not turn on? That is our next question. I'm going to set this up in series or in line with that real quick. Right on, we got the test lot set up. We'll monitor on the scope again. Everything's playing. Let's give her a fire up. AC head unit came on. Boom, test light. And then it goes off. Definitely, okay, definitely have power on the ground there, but that clutch is not turning on. Now, let's, but it still went off too, but the clutch still didn't turn on. Let's see if we can't tap that thing with a rubber hammer while the power comes on and see if it starts working. All right, here we go. Let's get this thing fired up. We'll watch that red trace. When red goes high, oh yeah, it's trying to turn whenever I kick it in. But we are not pulling that clutch in. I don't know how it came across the video, but when I would tap this and actually push the clutch in, it would try to turn it. But we are not getting engagement there. I gotta figure out if we actually have a clutch issue. I kind of expected. Here's the thing I'm a little confused about. With the test lot installed, with this dude installed, I sort of expected that to stay on. I'm not 100% sure why that didn't stay on. Do we have two problems? Do we have something on purpose disconnecting, control power to this load? Or is this just different resistance than that? Like, how does it know? Why does it shut it off with the test lot is what I'm getting at. Let's just do a resistance check on that clutch. We got the clutch pinned in with our little Y terminal cable dealy, and whenever we touch these together, we get a little beepies. Let's see what we got in there. See what we got in here. Is she open? Is she really open? Is that it? Oh man, it's open. Can you see you can see OL. I'll be dipped. She's open. Let's make sure we got good connection here. I'm going to take my little front, my little proby dealers out. I think those go together. Haha, yeah, they do. And then we'll make sure we are pushed down well. There. Make sure those pins aren't touching anything. Yeah, we're open. And then actually I can test this. If I just jump these, we should have resistance. We do, so we know our meter connections are good here. And we are down plugged in. Well, I'll be dipped. We got an open clutch coil. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. I'm still curious though. I don't yet understand why it turned the light on and the light off. Perhaps it's looking for a pressure change somewhere else, and because it didn't see it, maybe that's what we got. It may just not be looking at load. I was sort of thinking it was just looking for, circuit completion there. Maybe it's got, I don't know, a ghost voltage to do a circuit integrity check. But I'm a little surprised it didn't keep the test light lit. There must be some control logic. Assuming this is our only problem, there must be some control logic where it says, hey, if I turn this on for however many seconds we saw that, and I don't have an increase in refrigerant pressure, turn the system off. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, looks like we need to get a clutch on there. Closure on our Subaru. I cannot find a standalone clutch that is not attached to the compressor. It seems that, at least back in the day, I used to be able to find quite a few clutches where you could pop the old one off, pop the new one on. I don't know if this is just not that design or nobody offers a standalone clutch for that package or what the deal is. But it needs a clutch, and I guess it's going to get a compressor to get that fixed. I actually don't do AC work here unless it's electrical, so that's how this one got worked in. And once we found it needs the whole compressor assembly, we're gonna bump it right up the road. The guys that do good AC work as far as charging and replacing hard parts and whatnot. But yeah, that's where it's at. It's been a few weeks since I filmed that video. I don't exactly remember where it left off, but I'm pretty sure that's all we need to know is it needed a clutch, it needs a new compressor to go with it, just because of how it's packaged or sold rather. And yeah, someone else is going to take care of it for us. But hope that was helpful for somebody out there. Don't know if it was or not, but there it is for you. I'll catch y'all in the next one.